Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video we are going to discuss what you should do in the last 5 days before your IPMAT Rohtak exam so that you can perform well in that exam. Now before we start the video, I want to give a disclaimer that this video is for those who have done some preparation, at least some preparation. Those who have not done any sort of preparation, there is not much that can be done right now. So with that out of the way, let's jump right into the video. Now the first recommendation and the first suggestion that I would give to you is that don't study any new topic, especially the tougher ones, because if you start studying that now, your mental space, your mental headspace would get very much occupied into that topic, and right now you need to ensure that you are very calm and you retain the topics that you have already studied. Right, whatever you have studied till now is enough to crack the exam. Right, you have to trust yourself that whatever you have studied is enough, and right now you should not focus on any new topics. Now the main recommendation is that you should continue revising the topics that you have already studied. Instead of focusing on new topics, just focus on revising the ones that you have studied already. So you must have made a formula notebook, or if you have not made one, you can download one from Google by searching formula books and start revising those formulas, because at the end of the day you just need to revise the application of those formulas, and those are the ones that you have to apply in the exam. So just focus on that, right? And while you were practicing, you must have highlighted or bookmarked some questions, or even while solving mock tests you must have solved some highlighted some questions. So now just focus on those questions, because the ones that you bookmarked must have something unique or a newer concept that you did not know at the time. So just focus on revising those questions as well, because those will help you a lot. Right now, a lot of people, what they try to do is that they try to solve a mock every day before the exam, right? So what I would recommend is, right now this is today's 15th, so just focus on solving one more mock on either 17th or 18th, or even you can solve a mock on 16th, depending on whichever days is convenient for you. Now you must have made some strategy while solving the mocks previously. So what you have to do in this mock is that you just have to apply that strategy. Don't follow any new strategy or any new method right now. Just focus on implementing the strategy that you have already done. Now one disclaimer, one point to note is that even if you score less in this mock, don't get disheartened, because this mock is not an actual representation of the exam, and the exam might vary a lot or even slightly depending on the sort of mock that you have given. But just focus on improvising just focus on ensuring that your strategy is foolproof. Right, that is what you have to do with this mock. Right, and also if you solved mocks previously, you must have done some analysis. So what you have to do is go through those analysis and revise the mistakes that you did, and ensure that you don't make those mistakes in the last mock and the actual examination. Now what I would recommend is, a lot of people, what they do is they stop solving questions, or they don't solve a lot of questions in the last few days, right? So I would recommend that you solve a few questions so that you are in the flow of solving questions and thinking properly while reading a question, because the questions test you on the application. So the concept might not necessarily be visible immediately after you read the question. So if you are in the flow of solving questions, you will be easily able to recognize the concept that is applicable and then solve those questions. So that is another important thing that you should focus on doing a day before the exam. Right, one other thing is that read editorials daily, because not only are editorials beneficial for your RC, but they also help you with some basic grammar stuff, and a lot of other things like idioms, newer words. Right, all those sort of things are applicable in the exam, and they do come in the exam. So just focus on solving and reading editorials daily, they will help you a lot. Right, another thing is that in IPMAT Rohtak you don't have sectional cutoffs. So now that is when you can focus on your stronger section, right? Because you have to score a certain score, and if you are above that, you are clear, you have cleared the cutoff. and you don't need to score a certain score in each section, like as is the case with IPMAT Indore. So just remember that you have to focus on your stronger section more. But at the same time, this does not mean that you ignore the other sections, because it might happen in the exam that your stronger section is difficult in the exam, right? So you need to realize and then the other two sections are easy. So you have to focus on other sections as well, but focus a little bit more on your stronger section, right? And this is something that I've told earlier as well, that retention is important. So just focus on revising the formulas that you have studied already, right? The formulas that you have written and the concepts that you have studied, because those will help you a lot. You just have to focus on retention. And remember that even if you feel like you are not able to remember the concept, it is not like that. Those concepts are at the back of your mind. You will be able to remember those in the exam. So just focus on retention and don't worry too much. Now on similar lines, you just have to trust yourself, right? Just trust yourself that you will do well and the paper will be good. Now the last point is that you have to rest well and eat well, because in the last few days you don't want your health to get deteriorated. So you just have to ensure that you rest well and eat well, right? With that said, we have come to the end of the video. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure that you like this and subscribe to the channel for more entrance exam related guidance, because we'll be posting more videos and now more frequently as well, right? Thank you so much for watching this video.